Welcome back, friends. Listen, if you decide to hit that notification button when this notification popped up, thank you. And if you just so happen to scroll and I pop up on your timeline, just give me 5 minutes and listen. If what I'm saying resonates with you, if you feel that, if it made you feel a certain kind of way, if it made you even question, like it. It's okay to like it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Somebody had shared that with me. She said, you need to tell the people that. So I'm going to tell the people that. Because what I realized, I thought it was common. Okay, I thought that's what you do when you come here and you look at some stuff. If you like it a little bit, you just, you hit the heart button, right? But I realized that what we used to be common ain't common no more. So I got to say these things, all right? Thank you. We done got that out the way. Listen, everything begins with a thought or an idea. Yeah. See this microphone? This microphone is somebody's idea. You understand? This stand right here is somebody's idea. This building I'm in, APAP Studios, was in Patrick's head. Now, he didn't see me a part of the plan, but sometimes you got to line yourself up and let God do the rest. Where are your ideas found? Where can you find an idea? Yeah, simple. It's here. It's here in your mind. All of your ideas are stored in your mind, and we are all walking around here with all of these wonderful, wonderful, wonderful ideas. But the thing is those ideas somehow never get out, never make their way to this earth. And a lot of us die with all of those ideas. So one thing we got to learn to do, y'all, is that you got to learn how to birth those ideas. And there are steps to these ideas, y'all. You got to make sure you write it down. Okay, you might want to start screen recording this. Write it down, y'all, and make a plan. And you have to do breakout steps. Okay, you got to do breakout steps to execute your plans, y'all. I don't even care if you know how to spell good. It's your receipt. Write that thing down. You got to take it out your head and you got to put it on the paper, and then you got to start living that thing. You got to breathe in that thing. It's your idea. And with your idea, make sure that you attach a purpose to it. Why are you doing what you're doing? Now, you can't just be doing it just to be doing it. What is the purpose? How is it going to serve others? Okay? And one thing that I learned with these ideas, now you got the idea, you done wrote it down. You got your little plan. You got steps to execute, to hit each individual goal, right? Because every day you got to chip at it. Okay? Every day you got to do something towards that plan. I don't care how small or minute the step may be, but every day you got to work towards that idea. You are bringing forth something that doesn't exist. So with that idea, you're going to create opposition for yourself, point blank and period. There's going to be opposition. That's just the design. Okay, nobody ever bring forth a baby and say that it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, but it's a painful experience. Let me tell you. The body is going through a whole lot. So you got to be able to breathe life into those things, and you got to be able to do the necessary steps so you can execute these ideas. Once you have all of that down, you need to take immediate action, sweetheart. I know you got to take immediate action, boo-boo, because if you don't, I'm going to tell you, just for me, self-doubt it's going to kick in. Self-doubt gonna kick in. You gonna talk yourself out of it before you even get started. That self-doubt is real. You know I ain't lying. You know I ain't lying. Right? So you got to have some immediate actions with that. You need to start moving on it. Start moving on it. And it doesn't take, you ain't got to do nothing extravagant. So just small steps, like I said, small steps. And you got to stay accountable and consistent. You got to be consistent with your idea. You have to be consistent with that idea. It's your baby. And one thing that I realized that is so difficult is to try to bring this idea, birth this idea, and to get you to understand the idea that you possess in your head, that I have in my head. That's one of the hardest things to do. Because I remember when I first said that I was going to do this TT Talk thing, y'all. Child, I didn't get the response I thought I was going to get. I'm like, yeah. So it was my idea, and I started sharing it, and then I had to shut my mouth, and then I just kept moving, and I just been consistent. I have been consistent with it for 4 years, and it started with 5 minutes. And let me tell you something, sweetheart, this is the absolute truth. The goal wasn't no podcast. I ain't know nothing about podcasts. A lot of people around me was doing it, but I was like, that ain't what I wanted to do. But see, when you align yourself, those doors was just open. This is going to lead to other things. Like with me starting with those 5 minutes, y'all, dedicating those 5 minutes has brought me to this platform. It has brought me to having events. We done birthed 9 events that we had tried. We did it. We put it together to get the people together. 9 events. We're reading stories to the babies, y'all. We got TT story time. Listen, if you got some children, check out TT story time. I'm loving on these babies. It starts with the babies. I almost want to stop this and focus on these babies. But I got to talk to you because you're the one raising the babies. Okay. So you got to anchor yourself in your idea. You have to be consistent. Okay. And you got to make sure you revise. You got to make sure you reflect and adjust along the way. So I want to ask you, not you, not you, you. I want to ask you one today. What are your ideas? What are you working on? What are you creating that hasn't been created yet? Yeah. Now that simmer has come to a boil. Greetings, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful brother. Oh, sister, it's your girl, yo big homie, TT, y'all, and welcome to TT Talk. TT Talk. The S, she was lazy. She fell off. Okay, you already know. One snap for the Father, one for the Son, and one for the Holy Ghost. That's how we gonna get this thing started. First, I have to thank the APAP team for allowing your girl to keep coming to the studio. I'll be like 5 minutes late. He's so patient. God is so good. But I have to thank the APAP team for allowing me to use this here platform to represent God and to hold your ears. And no, my friends, I do not take your time for granted. Okay, I do not. My job is to provide a tool for you to take in your life. And if you already have a tool, then my job is to sharpen the tool that you already have. Okay, I ain't trying to persuade you in no way. I ain't got time. I am passing through. Okay, my job though is to get you to think. Think about what I'm saying. Question what I'm saying. I don't know. Let me see. Question what TT is saying. Don't question everything you hear and do your own research. That's what I'm teaching you. I'm guiding you to be a seeker. So you got to think. Once you start thinking, you're going to start questioning some things. And once you start questioning, you're going to start doing your own seeking because you need your answers. And once you start seeking, then you will get your understanding. And once it's your understanding, can't nobody take it from you. You understand? Can't nobody take it from you. You know, let's go back to this everything started with an idea, because everything was created with a thought first, with an idea. So I'm going to need you to think about that car that's outside. I'm thinking about my car that's outside. And every day, friends, you are riding. When you take your kids to school, you are riding in somebody's idea. When you go to work, when you get in that car, you are riding in someone's idea. So I'm going to need you to think. I'm going to need you to think. And I'm going to need you to follow me because I am going somewhere. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to try to talk slow because I get excited. And there's so much in me. And sometimes I can't get it all out at one time. So I'm going to take my time with this one. Everything begins with the thought and the idea, right? So that car that you have outside, like I said, was someone's idea. An idea is a complete thought. So when they thought about that car, it was a complete thought, but they had to bring it forth to life. And with that idea, with that creation, with that car you driving, the manufacturer, the creator created that car to run off fuel, right? Off gasoline. That is one of those, they give you, with each manufacturer, they give you a manual. And if you follow the guidelines of that manual, then you can guarantee full function of that product. Amen? Okay? So like everything you purchase, you're not purchasing anything without a manual. Okay? Because the creators say, hey, listen, I have this manual to help you navigate and work this product. Come on now, because I'm getting somewhere. I'm about to get to the good part. Just stay with me. I'm about to get to the good part. So he gave you this manual on how to function their product, right? That's what the manufacturer. They created the product. They have the idea. And with that idea, they created the manual on how to function and use this product. Okay? So just like the car, right? We're going back to the car. The manufacturer created your car to ride on gasoline. Now, let me ask you this. You like Coke Zero. You like Coke Zero. And just because you like to drink Coke Zero is cool for you. How would it benefit if you put it in your car? Because you like Coke so much, you decide to put it in your car. If you continue to put Coke in your car, will that car function properly? Think about what I'm saying. Just because you like Coke and you like to drink Coke, you said you want to put it in your gas tank. Now listen, you may put it in there the first time. I don't know how that works. Don't try this at home. But you may put it in there and it may not even affect anything because it hasn't reached the engine yet, right? But if you continue to put that Coke in there, you gonna mess that car up. Simple. All right. Well, did you know that God created you? You was God's idea. You ain't know I was going to do that, didn't you? Gotcha. You are God's idea. Sit on that. You can sit on that. God created you to solve a problem for today. You cannot, this suit comes with instructions. Let me go back. I was getting off. This suit comes with instructions. God is our manufacturer. He created us. And this suit comes with instructions. And those instructions are found in the Bible. That's our law book. That's how we're going to preserve ourselves. You either going to speed up your death, either you're going to keep doing what you want to do, just like that Coke, and that it put it in there when it's supposed to be gasoline, and you may be getting away with it, but it's slowly sucking the life out of you. You can't do whatever you want to do in this earth suit. You gonna send yourself to an early grave. You can't do what you want to do in this body. I know it feels good, but it ain't good for you. It's good to this flesh, but there is a soul that we need to work on. There is a soul that we have to work on. We are not physical beings. We are spiritual first. You came from heaven, boo-boo. And you came with some instructions. You came here. God sent you here to create. He put ideas. Everything is in you. We are here to mimic the heavens. That's what we are here to colonize, heaven here on earth. That's what we are here to do. So you have to get in tune with who you are. Why do you exist? Why did God think of you? Why are you here? And I know your life experience has been, you have a lot of questions, right? Because life, the experience that you experience in your earth suit, it has not been a good experience. But let me help you out. Let's reflect back on how we overcame, right? So if you just take the moment, this just came out of nowhere. I'm gonna give you this. If you could just take the time out to write down, to do your story. Here we go. You got to write down. You got to write it down. If you could just take the time to write down everything you've been through. Look at everything you've been through. Yes, I've been sick, death, plenty of deaths that we had to overcome, losing close family members, being evicted. Yeah, having car repos, losing jobs. Okay. Baby in the hospital, mama's sick, taking care of parents, trying to take care of crazy family members. You feel me? Look at everything that you overcome and think about how you are still here. Think of how you are still here. Think of how God He kept you. And you are God's idea. And I want you to know that. You got to start asking the questions like, why am I here? Why am I still here? And it's sometimes, I ain't gonna say no names, but with certain people, I even ask the question because it's just dead. You know how somebody's just dead weight? And it's just there. They wake up. They don't think about nothing. They don't do nothing. They sit and watch TV all day and wait on you to give them life. You got to get that from yourself. I can't wait on nobody. I'm not waiting on nobody. I have to start facing myself in the mirror. So you are God's idea. He loves you. He brought you here. You and I. He brought you here to solve a problem of today. Yep. He knew that you was built for COVID. He knew we were built for COVID. Okay. He knew that we was built for whatever going. He knew that we was built for Trump to be our president. You were built for that. That's why you're here. You got to understand that. You got to get an understanding of why you are here and start asking those questions. Your bodysuit, this bodysuit comes with instructions. And I'm learning that in our younger years, we have a tendency to not think and focus on our body. And let me tell you something, sweet. If you keep blinking, you keep blinking and you keep waking up, old age will soon find you and you'll find yourself in that battle. So what you do today, it does affect you. What I put in my body today affects my tomorrow. If I didn't give up them French fries like I was supposed to, I'll still be dibbling dabbing. Y'all put me on the prayer list. Something about them fries. But anyway, if I continue to dive in that and I see what's going on, then how would that benefit me? So you got to get back into the book and get back to the creation. Because let me tell you what I've learned. I heard a young man say this. They said that knowledge is power. Nah, knowledge is not a power. Applied knowledge is. Because we got knowledge of a lot of things. I know how to get a six-pack. I know how to tell you to do them sit-ups and you hit it from the side and I could tell you that. But if I don't have the six-pack, if I didn't apply that knowledge, then it means nothing. So you have to apply the knowledge that you learn. You can't just listen to it and be like, oh, yeah, well, that's for them. And then you keep doing what you got to do. In order for you to get a different result, you have to do something different in your daily walk. And I'm going to say this again. God, you are God's idea. I know. I said, man, God, you thought about me right now? Like, I'm your idea? Like, he chose me to live out the life as a black woman. That's what suit I'm in. I had no control of that. I had no control. I am grateful. I had no control of that. It is what it is. Start questioning and asking God, like, why am I here? And start moving on that plan and that idea that you have, that God put in you, because everything is in you. Be intentional with your actions, okay? There is a requirement from you. It doesn't just fall out the sky. Ain't nobody coming to save you. You got to save yourself. You have to save yourself. Come up out of that dark place and get a movement about yourself and attach some purpose in it and learn to serve with that idea. Point blank and period. Listen, God loves you. He loves his some you. He really do. He really, really do. And I know for some of us, it's hard to believe because life is slowly beating it out of you. And the reason why we are dealing with what we are dealing with mentally is because we are disconnected. So you got to get connected back to the source. And once you get connected back to the source, then you will discover who you are. I knows whose I am's and I know who I belong to. Okay? Thank you for allowing your girl to pour this sweet tea of love, inspiration, and motivation. Y'all tune in next week to see what God is going to do. Because you know, I have absolutely no idea. But this I do know. Take this with you. God created you for a purpose, on purpose, with a purpose. You are the answer to today's problem. Yes, You got to figure out what it is. It may be a problem in your family. You may be the one that put the glue to keep the family together. But you are the answer. That's why you're here. You're here to solve something. You got to figure that out. Okay? You got to realign yourself, recharge, and remind yourself that there is greatness in you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you for sitting here this long listening to your girl. God bless your ears. And I hope that you can grab something from this today. I hope that this word was able to help you in your daily walk. Because it's the day-to-day that gets us, y'all. Okay? Let me tell you something, because God he don't make a mistake. You're not a mistake. You're not a mistake. Okay? Stay encouraged. Stay focused. And keep walking in your purpose. And you got to work on your purpose too. God bless y'all. And I will see you next week. Bye.